Well, I'm delighted to say we are once again joined by four leaders in our big band Bodden Villain chairs here in the studio. We've got Michael, Joe, Alison and Anthony. Lovely to see you all with us. We've got plenty of time to have a chat. This is a big subject matter, isn't it? Leadership in a changing world. This is something I know, loads of businesses, loads of individuals, lots of people watching on Best Companies Lives will be really interested in today. Anthony, I think when we spoke at the last one of these events, was it you? Did you put a slide in your workplace?
Yes.
I mean, you're my leader now forever, basically, after that. But that's something, again, which I know you've incorporated, that sort of fun side of things. But again, generally, how do you look at the role of being in charge?
Being in charge, I mean, we were speaking about it earlier, we're just out there, winging it. You make it up every day, don't you? This is the thing, you're always trying to improve, you're always trying to do the best thing you can possibly do and do the right thing by people. But we are all, nobody's special. I think people, you look at these idols like Steve Jobs or whatever, these big people, and you look at them and go, wow, wouldn't it be inspirational? They're just normal people like me and you. They're normal people like everyone watching here today. They're normal people, but they found something that they love to do. They've practiced it and got better and better and better at it. And because they love what they do, they're permanently learning, they're practicing, and that's all it's about, isn't it? So the only thing that any leader can do is to find that thing that they love to do, practice it and get better at it, and then help the team as well. I
suppose, Anthony, some people right back at the start of it were going for the full Churchillian speeches, we'll get through this, but you can only give so many of them, and after 18 months it becomes a little dull, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, people want, it's like what you were saying, people want someone else to make a decision for them. There's a thing in there, not to get scientific, but the third law of thermodynamics, you probably know it better than me, but it's about this thing that everything wants to be an energy efficient state. Everything, including us, our brains, everything wants to just be there, doing nothing, not making, and decisions are hard, which is why when you're going out for tea in the evening, it's like, where do you want to go? You decide. No, you decide. You decide. You decide. You want someone else to decide. You've seen it, obviously, politically, like with the COVID stuff. People want someone to make a decision because they don't want to make a decision. And it's for a leader to be able to stand up and say, we don't know. We don't know. And I think, actually, people are actually craving that. I think, actually, if politicians did that, actually, sort of, we don't know, but we're trying to look into it. We don't know what this is, but we're going to look into it. And as leaders, if we did that as well, I think you get more empathy, and I think people would understand it and get more involved, because that's what you want. You want your team involved in those decisions, because expecting that your leader of the organisation knows the answer to everything isn't right. It's a team game. It's a team game. The whole team have to come together to get to the end goal, not one person. And I think you'll start to see it changing, but I think we need more of that, really.
It does take a bit of bravery, that, doesn't it? I mean, one of my other jobs, obviously, is to interview politicians every day. And I think if you asked a frontline politician, particularly during the pandemic, what the answers were, and they said, I don't know, that puts them in a really, you talk about vulnerability, that puts them in a really vulnerable position, and they get attacked by some sections of the media and people thinking, well, how can you not know when you've got all the information? And that can put you in a difficult spot, can't it? And Anthony, what I love about your business, EKM, is that you started it in your bedroom, and essentially the world's come back to where you started it now. People have been, using their own homes as offices. But do you think that there will be a bit of a more cultural change for others to leave the office, do you think? Is that part of a leader's role in the coming time?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think, like I said last time when we spoke, I think most people's offices that they left were a little white box with just a brew kitty. And so I think if you want to get your people back into your office, it needs to be a place that's as good, if not better, than their home. I think we're going to see changes over the next 12 months, 2 years, when people realise they can get free electricity and free heating and free food and things by going into the office. I think that might affect it a little bit when people realise they can maybe go in for that. And I think there's certain things that are better in the office. These sort of things. We could have done this on a Zoom, couldn't we? But it wouldn't be the same. And so a lot of meetings and things are better in the office. And we're seeing it now that we're getting a contingent of people regularly coming back in. But we told all our team early on, or over a year ago now, that they can work from home forever. We won't make them come back in because there's no need for them to have to come in. They've all proven that they can work from home. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah.